So. Haben wir jetzt eine Mail gekriegt. Dieser Kähne sorgt jetzt wohl anderswo für Ärger. Er hat wohl schon genug Schaden angerichtet. Okay, dann ist er weg. Ja, ja. So, und wir sollen uns erholen.
Yo, everything's really falling into place. Guess it's good we let Saori-san handle the cabaret, huh?
Warte. Sprechen wir mal.
Don't know if I should be saying this, but it's been a while since I felt this alive. This case is just about reaching its tipping point. I'd be out there too if my knees weren't so damn creaky.
Okay. Was ist mit ihr?
You can talk to Izumita tomorrow, but you better not get arrested over there. Promise me.
Ich versuche es. Und was sagst du?
You can talk to Izumita tomorrow, promise me.
Hallo, wollte ich doch gar nicht.
I feel like we did good work today. Go home and relax, Yagami-san. You have a big day tomorrow.
Okay. Dann gehen wir nach Hause und ruhen uns aus. Mal gucken, was da wieder passiert. Oder auch nicht. Man weiß es ja nicht. So. Ah, da müssen wir hin. Warum habe ich denn jetzt keinen Weg markiert? Ich laufe jetzt einfach am Ärger vorbei. Obwohl, warte mal. Was willst du mir sagen? Oh, wir sind wirklich stark geworden, muss ich sagen. Und du mit deiner Stange kannst mir überhaupt nichts. So. Alter, das macht jetzt schon richtig Laune, mich zu kloppen. Ganz ehrlich sagen. Wenn wir jedes Mal was dafür kriegen, ist das doch auch nicht schlecht. Entschuldigung. Wer stellt denn hier sein Auto? Hm? Oh, Entschuldigung. Auf der Durchreise, was? Ah, da sind sie doch schon. Oh, man merkt es aber schon. Jeder Schlag packt. Du sollst mich in Ruhe lassen.
Really, guys?
Jawohl. Wir haben es drauf, ne? Wir haben es drauf, ja. So, dann gehen wir mal nach oben, mal gucken, was uns jetzt wieder erwartet. Und da müssen wir auch noch die anderen Nebenfälle da machen. Aber wir gucken jetzt erstmal. Ach, oh, kein Schlüssel? Ich dachte, ich muss wieder einen Schlüssel. Dann ruhen wir uns mal aus. Oh. Oh. Telefonterror.
Yo. Got a message for you from Kuroiwa. Says to drop by the Tokyo Public Prosecutor's office. Izumita's waiting for you.
Why'd you have to come here to tell me that? Would have been easier to talk on the phone.
I got a bad feeling about all this.
Huh?
Feels like I'm never gonna see you again if you get yourself locked up now.
Come on, don't be like that. Even if I do get arrested, I won't say a word about your little side job. That's what you're worried about, right?
Yep. I might have to send someone to bump you off in prison. if you rat me out.
Like you could pull that off. Aren't you busy dusting off Kuroiwa's boots?
I'm laying low, that's all.
Speaking of, I have a question for you now that you're off your leash. Why do they think I killed Shintani? They have to have a reason, right? You've gotta know.
Well, funny enough, I don't. Kuroiwa won't share a shred of info with anyone but his closest partners. Not sure why.
Gotcha.
Now, get over to the prosecutor's office. Sorry, but you gotta cover your own cab fare.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, ein frisches Bad haben wir uns gerade gegönnt. Das habt ihr jetzt nicht gesehen. Dann nehme ich mir ein Taxi zum Büro der Staatsanwaltschaft. Außerdem trage ich eine Lederjacke. Die nimmt eh keinen Geruch an. So, wir suchen ein Taxi. Ah, guck mal, hier unten ist doch schon was. Entschuldigung. Oh. Du willst mit mir so Hallo sagen? Oh, wo hast du den denn hergeholt? Aus der Hose oder was? Oh, aber du hast Geld fallen gelassen. Ich nehme das mal, ne? Dankeschön. Okay, war nur ein Bronzeteller. Brauchst dir keine Sorgen machen. Ah, können wir jetzt irgendwas noch aufrüsten? Ah, 1061, aber wir brauchen ein bisschen mehr. Aber schon cool, ey. Schon cool, muss ich sagen. Ah ja gut, wir sparen ein bisschen zusammen. Dann fahren wir erstmal mit dem Taxi zur Staatsanwaltschaft und gucken mal, was der Staatsanwalt von uns möchte. Ja, ich weiß, 410, immer das Gleiche. So, auf geht's, Freunde. Wofür? Büro der Tokioter Staatsanwaltschaft.
I've been waiting for you, Yagami-san.
Rolling out the red carpet, huh?
Izumida was hoping you'd lower your guard if I was the first person you saw here.
The man never changes. He loves his mind games.
Yagami-kun, how did they convince you to come?
I heard your pal Izumida wants to chat. And depending on what I say, he may or may not try to arrest me.
I'm not sure it'll be quite like that.
Huh? Then what's it gonna be?
Well, you're about to get thrown to the wolves.
Hey, Mafuyu.
Good luck. Excuse me. I've brought Yagami-san.
Much appreciated.
Ach du Scheiße.
Huh. Even the chief prosecutor's in on this.
Please come in.
So these are the wolves. A room full of prosecutors, huh?
Yagami-sensei, I believe Kuroiwa-san already told you this, but we want to talk to you about Shintani-sensei's murder. However, this is not a courtroom. And we're not strangers. Or wolves. Just try to relax.
Yeah, relax, right. I'm not telling you what you want to hear, though. You want me to say I killed Shintani, right? Sorry, not happening. The burden of proof's on you, anyway. So why don't we start there? Why do you think I did it?
Yagami-sensei, where were you on the night of Shintani-sensei's murder?
Answer my question with another question? That's not very nice.
Do you have an alibi for that evening?
You heard of a company called KJ Art? place is a front for some Kansai Yakuza, the Kyorei clan. On the night of the crime, I was near there with their captain, Shioya. He'll back my story up, I'm sure.
And care to explain why Shintani-sensei's corpse was found in your office?
I was hoping you could tell me. Maybe the real killer could answer that for you.
Naturally. That's why I called you here.
Verdammt, sie hatten von Anfang an nicht vor, mir
Mind if I
zuzuhören.
interject?
Go right ahead, Morita-san.
Yagami-san, you stole a look at Shintani-sensei's call history before the police arrived, yes? Not long before his death, he placed a call to the Advanced Drug Development Center. Knowing that, you barged into the center and interrogated both Kido-san and Shono-san. Why would you do such a thing?
I wanted to figure out what made Shintani a target, who wanted him dead.
Is that not the police's job?
I couldn't leave it to them, or the prosecution. After all, you guys have a bad habit of going after the wrong guy. Kinda like right now.
I see. So you mean to imply someone else killed Shintani-sensei? Do you have anything that could prove that claim?
Deshalb bin ich hier.
That's the only reason I'm here.
Oh, how responsible of you.
The prosecution's proven unreliable after all. I've been working my ass off because of you guys. Now, can we begin?
Yes. You have the floor, Yagami.
Das ist eine gute Gelegenheit, so kann ich rausfinden, wie die Staatsanwaltschaft Shintanis
Before we get to
versieht.
Shintani's murder, there are a few things I need to cover. 1 year ago, the ADDC published a research paper on a new drug they were developing called 89. This drug has gained global recognition as the thing that may finally cure Alzheimer's disease. What hasn't gained recognition is the fact that someone from the ADDC was murdered 6 months ago.
An ADDC member murdered? Who?
Toru Hashiki.
The vice director, Toru Hashiki. Hashiki was seen arguing with a strange man in Kamurocho before being found lying beaten in the street. He died in the hospital 3 weeks later. The culprit is still at large. Did you know of this case?
It's the first I've heard of it.
Understandable. It didn't make many headlines. Incidentally, this Hashiki guy had a pretty big secret.
Uh-huh.
Turns out he was working for the Kajihira Group, a massive construction company based out of Kansai. Kajihira was planning to redevelop the land the ADDC sits on. He'd already settled it with the Minister of Health, had the Kyorei clan muscle in on the turf too. But the plan fell apart when 89 was announced. Kajihira ended up taking a pretty big hit, to the tune of 100 billion yen.
What?
That's when Hashiki came in, swearing to Kajihira that he'd scuttle 89, no matter what it took. Just before he was beaten half to death, Hashiki went out with another member of the ADDC. Someone deeply involved in the development of 89. Someone he thought he could manipulate.
Wer war der MMA, mit dem sich Hashiki vor seinem Tod traf? Der Shono.
I'm sure you recognize this man, Izumida-san. 3 years ago, he testified about the murder that had taken place at the ADDC. He claimed he had seen the victim, a patient by the name of Waku, still alive.
I remember him. You're referring to Dr. Shono?
Mm-hmm. He's also the head of the 89 research team. Hashiki was grilling Shono, convinced that there was something fishy going on with 89.
Like what?
He thought they had fabricated data and falsified the effects of the drug. After all, it wasn't until rumors of closing the ADDC started swirling that Director Kido suddenly announced 89. Hashiki was convinced it was all too convenient to be coincidence. But that doubt didn't sit well with those who stood to rake in massive profits off 89's development.
Are you implying Hashiki's murder was premeditated?
Sounds like we're finally on the same page, Izumida-san. I had the exact same thought. Taking all this into account, doesn't it seem like there really is something fishy about 89?
Das sollte als Erklärung zu MN9 reichen, also zurück zum eigentlichen Thema.
Just before he was murdered, he called the ADDC and tried to get in touch with a very specific someone. Maybe that phone call provoked whoever is trying to hide the truth about 89. Shintani was an obstacle, just like Hashiki. He had to be removed. What I'm saying is, there's a chance anyone who gets too close to learning the true nature of 89 is being murdered. And if you haven't investigated down that path, then one thing's pretty clear. You have a lot more work to do before you can arrest me. Wouldn't you say? Answer me, Izumida! If you still want to bring me in, let's see some proof. All these prosecutors, and nobody's got any proof.
That's quite a theory, Yagami-san. Truly fascinating. There were details in there even we weren't aware of. You've clearly done your homework.
I'd be glad to hand over my findings if it'll help. After all, 89's practically a household name at this point. Lifting the lid on it might be too much for me to handle all on my own. And besides, I think I'd rather work with you than Izumida here.
You need to lose the attitude, Yagami.
Sorry, I need to take this. Yes, hello? Is that so? Yes, you've done excellent work. Thank you. Just so you're aware, the prosecution has made a coordinated effort with law enforcement. We've already submitted a request for the court to issue a warrant. I'm sorry for the call, but that was the verification of our request, you see.
You're still gonna arrest me after all this, huh?
Fortunately, you're not the one under arrest.
What?
I wouldn't celebrate. We're not done with you just yet. It's in the interest of closing the case.
Listen here, Yagami. You know who Shintani's killer was? It's your old friend, Ayabe.
Was?
What?
Striations on the recovered bullet are a perfect match to his firearm. There's no doubt. He's the one. Like it or not, he's going down.
Das ist doch ein Fake, oder? Leute, das ist doch ein Fake. Das kann doch nicht sein. Das Eierbild, das kann nicht sein. Leute, ich glaube, dieser Kuriwa, der wirft den, glaube ich, da irgendwie, vielleicht hat er ihm die Waffe geklaut oder so. Naja, schauen wir mal in der nächsten Folge. Bis dahin erstmal, ciao.